Hello and welcome, beloved, to the Dr. Mumbi Show. My name is Dr. Mumbi Saraki. How you doing? How's everything going? I really do pray that you are well in all your ways and that you are moving into living life on your own terms, which means being self-sufficient, being cut from the matrix, and learning to truly take care of yourself. Because you know what the Babylon system has done, what the matrix has done, is it has made us lazy to do the things that our ancients used to do, to make our own oils, to make our own food. Everything is just order this, get this from here, get that from there. But we don't realize that most of those things don't have the necessary spiritual vibration to feed us and keep us going. That's why it's always better to cook your own food than to go and eat in a restaurant. Stories for other days. In the wake of, the George Floyd murder, there's been a lot happening across the world. Many mainstream media actually mapping all the different countries that have come out and kind of supported, the anti-racism movement. Whether it's hijacked or not, it has really inspired a lot of people. We did see in New Zealand, the Maori, they came face paint and all to show their solidarity with the global black nation. And now Uganda is, thousands of Ugandans have actually signed a petition to rename Ugandan streets, in their traditional names and remove, the dirty and nasty odor and names of the Western colonizer. Another petition was signed to President Museveni, the Parliament, Kampala's Capital City Authority, and other authorities, and basically it said that currently there are many streets in Kampala, Jinja, Entebbe, Fort Portal, and elsewhere which glorify these individuals and help perpetuate a legacy of colonial conquest, occupation, subjugation, and control. And they called on all these, they called on the removal of colonial names such as Sir Henry Colville Road, Captain Frederick Lugard, the King's African Rifles, General Dwington, and many others. But I didn't see the most important one of all. Lake Victoria. Hello, people. We have to rename everything because when someone names something, they conquer that. They put their spirit on that. And it's just like they dominate that. That's why the naming of something. That's why if you look at how the British Empire spread, they were so keen on renaming everything they saw, even though there'd been people like Mount Kenya, they say it was discovered in the early 1900s when Africans have been living close to Mount Zion for millions of years. You know what I mean? And so it's such wizardry. And I don't think because we've been so disconnected from ourselves and from our true identity and our true nature, we have not understood the importance of naming things. Even those Mzungu names that you have, or names that are outside of your lineage that you have that have no power. The purpose of a name is power. So when people call you, like when people call Mumbi is the first mother, the great, the creator. She was named that by her husband, Gekoyo, So every time that, people call me Mumbi, they're giving me that energy to create many new things. That's the power of naming. So when you have street names after, former colonizers, it's detrimental. And I really hope that this spreads. First of all, I hope Uganda actually gets rid of some of these names. And then I hope that a lot of African countries adopt this. I mean, I wish even, some kind of organization would come and make it their only role is to change all the names across Africa. That would be amazing if they just did the petitions, got us to sign, got us to, us on media to talk about it, raise attention. And if we just had one organization, that would be amazing because this is something that needs to happen across Africa. The petition went on to say it's important to take these names off the pedestal they stand on. They belong to the Museum of Colonial History and instead recognize other notable Ugandans and other personalities who are deserving of such esteem based on a consultative process and recommendations of a respectable and representative body of eminent Ugandans. And then at least then you're honoring your ancestors, and that's the spirit that continues to be there. How can you have a foreign name in your streets? Who do you think that gives that opens a doorway to? We've got to stop being so spiritually naive, beloved. Anyway, I'm getting like so emotional, like seriously, but this is a really good thing. I'll even leave the petition below this news broadcast so you can also, lend your support. And it further went on to say that the killing of a Black American by a white police officer in the United States demonstrates the urgency to address all forms of injustice and discrimination everywhere. And, this petition was actually released when Uganda was celebrating its Heroes Day, which I think takes place on the 9th or something of June. But let me know what you think. Truly, it's great that whether this event was planned with the whole George Floyd thing, there's so much evidence. You guys, you need to research and do your own analysis. Don't be spoon-fed information by any media. Find out the truth for yourselves. But, regardless of this, there's a vibration that has been unleashed, and we're seeing it everywhere. Not only are statues of the former colonizer being pulled down, but now, Uganda wants to rename its streets. And I think there are many other, I think Kenya had started that a couple of years ago when we got our new constitution in 2010. I'm not too sure where we had tried to decolonize our streets, but it's time to decolonize Africa. Let's start with the things we can do, like the names. That can happen immediately because everything, all those dirty hands will be removed from the beautiful, Mama Africa. Anyway, always remember, beloved, tuko pamoja. Hey fam, what's up? How you doing? How's everything going? Welcome to the Dr. Mumbi Show. We're here at the studios. We've put everything aside and we're getting some veggies together and some rice. And you know what? This is all because of our Patreon followers and everyone who has supported us this month. So as a way to give back, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be helping some women. Now, because of the lockdown, there's some 80 and 90-year-old women who were fighting literally in the Mau Mau, who are, that was like our independence war, who are still alive and they're still in Nairobi, and some of them are trapped, they don't have food. And these are the kind of women that I actually interviewed when I did my PhD. So I reached out to some community women who used to introduce me to them when we did the interviews, found out, and so we want to start a feeding program. Today we're going to go and meet about 50 of them. No idea what to expect, but this is all because of the generous donations that we've gotten on our Patreon account and all our supporters on PayPal. So join us on this journey where the Dr. Mumbi Show is giving back. The winds of change are blowing. Africa's heart is trembling. Hey fam, what's going on? So we've packed we've packed the first 25 bags and we're basically going to hit three main areas. If you're from Kenya, you'll know we're going to go to Kangemi, which is near me, because the studio's in Westland. So they always say help those who are near you, you know what I mean, before you try and go any further. We're not unique. This is just our way of giving back. So we thought because we've been seeing people have been giving like cereals, rice and stuff. So we thought we'd do veggies, and we actually went yesterday to collect the veggies from the farm, supporting some other local, some other women. So we're gonna, you saw what we're giving them. So yeah.